Francis Ngannou. Ah, there he is.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, Francis, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Bonne année à tous et à toutes.
Bonne année, bonne année. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Best of wishes for you guys. My bonne année is starting off pretty good.
Yes. Okay, so let's get into that, my friend. Can I ask, how did this all come together? Because I thought maybe you would be in Riyadh on December 23rd just to take a look at the competition. And obviously, we had heard rumors that Wilder and Joshua had a deal. Wilder loses to Parker. Is that when you stepped in?
Yes, that when I step in. When I watched those fight, I watched the Wilder fight, and then after that, I watched the Joshua fight, and I'm like, there's an opportunity here.
Okay.
So I make a tweet first,
Yeah.
and then receive a call.
Who calls you?
Just as,
Who calls you then?
oh man, I receive a lot of calls.
And
Dr. Rakan reached out, and the minister reached out.
Okay. Was it a hard deal to put together?
No, absolutely not. The easier deal.
Really? Easier than Tyson?
Yeah. Easier because, like, the Tyson one, we were just like, there was also like a temperature type of things. Nobody really knows, like, okay, what's gonna happen. You have to like try to negotiate about everything, the room, the flight. I mean, we didn't even have to do all those stuff, but the way that they came out to the fight, rode the red carpet. So this time around, didn't even have to, because they did the great, amazing job last time, even though it wasn't bound in the contract. So a lot of things was just like smooth and moving up like this. Stuff that we used to fight for, like, I want one more room, I want this, was over.
Easy.
Didn't have to deal with that. Easy.
Now, taking a step back, can I ask, what has life been like for you? So the last time we spoke was right after the fight on October 30th. Can you describe what life has been like for you and how much it has changed since that fight?
How much did it change? I know what changed is that I personally are very exciting. Even when I'm not, even before I had a fight, I really train and picture myself in the ring, in the situation, like trying to improve, get excited about that, enjoy it. Like even today, I did my first sparring out here in Paris. I did my first sparring with Guido, the Italian guy, and 6 rounds, pretty good. And even John was like, "Oh, you're more comfortable now," even though it was my first sparring. Like, even my mindset, at some point you kind of like believe that, okay, I might not be great, I might not be good yet, but I can do this. All this question that you had during the other training camp. Oh man, would I be able to do this? Can I go 10 rounds? Can I this? I know I can do, and I can even push for more. I can, it's been amazing. I've been feeling really great.
Do you feel like you are getting more love and respect around the world? Are more people recognizing you? Are more opportunities coming your way?
Oh, absolutely. Like, completely different than before. Like this fight, I can tell he changed everything. Like even in Cameroon, I used to go out sometime, and then I would have a crowd. And last time I went out, I had to run because I almost get mobbed. Like I jump in on behind of the bicycle and like run because I couldn't handle anymore. And you just understand that it's a different level. It's different level. A lot of people show compassion, a lot show support, because so far everybody believes that I won that fight. So, and then they feel like this injustice, and they're like, they stand by your side for that.
Before Usyk Fury was announced, was there any talk of running it back right away between you and Fury?
He has always been around talk about that. Always. I mean, even after the fight, the minister stepped in the octagon and he said, get ready for the rematch.
So why didn't it
Yeah.
happen?
No, it's going to happen. I mean, there's a Fury and Usyk.
Okay.
Even then we spoke about it. You know, there's a Fury and Usyk going on. So this was like an opportunity. I was waiting for Fury, but this was the opportunity that I was happy to take. I asked for, you know. And at the end of the day, this won't take anything from the Fury rematch.
Okay. So I was just wondering if there was any talk of doing it right away, like before Usyk.
No, he has never been right away.
Okay.
I think there's even a slight chance that the right away is the Usyk rematch.
Oh.
Because I think they have like a their term is even closer. Our rematch term was in 1 year, within 1 year, which still gonna be in October next year.
Right.
I mean October this year. So
if they would have done Wilder Joshua, if Wilder would have won on December 23rd and Joshua obviously won as well, what do you think your next move would have been?
I don't know. At that point, my next move for sure was Fury. End of the year. That was my next move for sure. This one just happened to be an opportunity, and I was ready for the opportunity. I won. I slid in, you know.
So you would have waited? You
Yeah.
just would have waited until next. You would have not fought anyone until you fought him again.
No, like I mean, that was what I had for sure. Some speculation about some stuff that wasn't sure, but I had the Fury one lock for sure. But now I have 2 fights lock for this year.
Okay, so obviously, as you know, there's a lot of people wondering about your MMA future, and in particular, your relationship with PFL. How does this affect your PFL plans and MMA plans for 2024?
It doesn't affect at all because, first of all, like when I receive a call and a offer for proposal for this fight, what happened? I reach out to PFL and tell them because we are in the business together, and they gave me their blessing for the opportunity. They said we can take this kind of opportunity out of you. So I was happy to do that. I didn't want to know what else they want to say as long as they approve. They didn't have any problem with this.
Is there a strong possibility that you will fight in MMA this year?
Strong possibility, yes. Strong, I don't know. As I said, even before this fight, nothing was certain yet.
Okay. So there's a chance you just fight in boxing twice.
There's a chance.
Okay. And there was some talk of like a mixed rules fight with you and Deontay Wilder. Was that ever real?
Yes, he was real.
And what happened?
Then Deontay Wilder had a fight.
Yeah.
First. Then that step on the way. And then I think now I have a fight.
I said earlier that it feels to me like this one is bigger than the Fury fight because now the boxing community, they all respect you more and they know what you did. They saw what you did. And because AJ looked so good last year, especially in his last fight against Otto Wallin, it feels like everyone's treating this not like, oh, sideshow circus. Like this is a real heavyweight contender fight. I feel the buzz is a lot more positive and a lot more, excitement surrounding it. Are you feeling the same as opposed to when the Fury fight was first announced?
Yes, I felt that, and you can even see the odds. Even though I'm on the dog, it's not ridiculous as the last time. You can tell that they are giving me showing me some respect. Like, okay, don't count this guy out.
And I know you never really believed or talked about moral victories, but I also feel like now it's not like now fighting a close fight, knocking him down isn't enough anymore. Now you're in the mix. You're fighting contenders. You're fighting the best of the best. Now you want to actually have a run in boxing. It's no longer to prove a point. Now you actually want to go on a run here. Is that a fair assessment of where you're at?
He has always has been. I always said I want a couple fight. I don't want a one-shot thing in boxing. Always. I never said I want like one fight to prove this. You can prove nothing in one fight. You can go out there, look good for one fight or look bad. That doesn't mean anything, So, and even for myself, I really want to prove, to improve, to learn, to see what could be my limit, what exactly my limit, what I can possibly do. I think he will be ashamed to end up without really like, or to retire without really like reach my limit, my full potential.
Without getting into specifics, it feels like the business of Francis Ngannou, as we said earlier, is booming. Are you getting even more for this fight than you got for the Fury fight?
Come on, my friend. Don't expose me. Don't expose me. What you're doing, you're calling them after me. You're sending them after me, and they will come after me. It's
Who?
not good for business.
Who's that? No.
Huh?
Who do you?
No, it's not good. It's not good for business.
Okay, fair enough. I just.
But I'm taking. You just make sure I'm being taken care of.
I know that you are. I know that you are.
So don't you worry. Don't you worry.
Fair enough. Are you getting a lot of MMA fighters reaching out to you? And because I feel like they're all looking at you and being like, shit, like every single one of them, you're actually doing it.
They are reaching. I'm receiving a lot of support of those that we are in contact, those that I meet, those that I know. I'm receiving a lot of support and a lot of praise from them, uh, which is quite amazing. Which say proof that I wasn't wrong. I was right doing what I was doing.
You know, it's amazing. We're almost approaching a year since your official departure from the UFC. Is this now exceeding your expectations? Like, this is almost like too perfect how this is all playing out. Is it even going better than you could have even dreamed of?
Well, I'm a dreamer, and a dream doesn't have a limit. I mean, this been great. I wasn't expecting this, but as far as dreaming, I was dreaming even more for this. Dream is free. Why don't I dream for the sky?
Hmm. And you were
So I
certainly
have dreamed for more.
okay. I love it. Did you so you watched AJ? What did you think of AJ in December and really his whole year? He had 3 wins, and it looked like he got better every time out.
Well, it looked amazing. It looked amazing. I mean, respect to him. Congratulations to him. He was doing his job properly. His speed was there. Everything. He was sharp, very sharp. But in the other hand, I think there wasn't a response in front of him. I think I will have a better response in front of him that will put him not in such comfortable position. So thing will change. Thing will be different. I will not stay there and just look at him.
Mm.
No, it's different. It's gonna be different. When I'm gonna throw some bombs out there, when he deal with, I think he's gonna be mindful of what he's doing.
But this time you can't really sneak up on people, right? Like I think against Fury, no one knew that you had these skills, but now one suspects that he'll be more ready than, or at least take you more seriously than Fury, right? Do you feel that way?
Yeah, yeah, but no one still know what no one still know what I can do. That was my first fight in boxing.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first fight, and then as anyone, I'm just improving, and the gap of improvement from a beginner like me is huge. So I'm just a beginner improving, so huge gap of improvement. So yes.
Are you going to be training with the same coaches that helped you prepare for Fury?
That's the idea. I have reached out to everyone. I'm going to have my train. I'm in Paris right now. We're gonna do some filming in Europe and the press conference in London, and then after that, I go straight to Saudi. So I have reached out to my team, and then for whomever is available, we move to Saudi.
Okay. Now, you know who Eddie Hearn is, right?
Yes, of course.
I had him on my show the Monday after your fight. I don't know if you saw his comments. You know, both he and AJ were a little bit dismissive of your skills going into the Fury fight. They gave you more props on the back end. But can I play you his comments about a potential at the time you versus Anthony Joshua fight and get your response?
Okay.
Okay, here's Eddie Hearn back in October.
Francis Ngannou against Anthony Joshua is one of the biggest fights in the history of the sport. And I promise you this, respect to Francis, easy work for my man. And I know, Ariel, I know you're getting a little bit high right now. I know the MMA world are just walking in the clouds, but we'll bring it straight back down to reality.
You can't tell me here for a second that
Ariel,
he's not going to smoke him. You know that.
No, but that's what I want. No, I want you sell me the fight, Ariel.
He's not going to
You tell me Francis Ngannou can beat Anthony Joshua.
Ngannou lands that punch that he landed in the third round. I don't know if AJ gets off the mat.
No, Ariel.
You're crazy.
So you think Ngannou will beat Joshua?
Not only do I think Ngannou can beat Joshua, I think you're being incredible. You're doing the same thing that you did.
I love it. I love it.
Actually, what's it?
But this is why. No, but all of a sudden we've gone from a night that's farcical, right? Pre-fight on Saturday.
But that was you and AJ that said that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No,
you and
not AJ. No.
AJ said it was a gimmick fight. AJ said it was a gimmick fight.
Well, I'm saying he wasn't interested in the gimmick fight when it was proposed to him. He's not, so, but a lot of people's perception pre-fight Saturday was that fight was farcical, right? We are now in a position where we're debating if Francis Ngannou beats Anthony Joshua. Take my money and I will show you what happens when Anthony Joshua fights Francis Ngannou.
Easy money, Eddie says. You see that? What do you make of these comments, Francis?
Well, Eddie is a promoter. So that's like a routine for him, like a deja vu. I mean, it's just like he said the same thing all the time, just not about Francis Ngannou, but about somebody else. That's how he does. That's what he does. But man, the day is set is 2 months from now, and I don't think if any of them think they are going to have an easy money, well, too bad for them. And by the way, answering that question, if AJ take the punch that Fury took, me too, I don't guarantee that is going up. I have heard that he doesn't have a chin. I'm going to find out.
Yes, the likes of Andy Ruiz exposed that chin, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard so.
Do you buy the theory that he's back, that the old AJ's back, that he was able to, refine himself, or do you think that the Usyk fights really kind of exposed that he's not the same fighter that he once was?
I think he's still the same fighter. That doesn't mean he can lose. I mean, like, being the same fighter doesn't mean you can lose, right? He lost to Andy Ruiz. He lost to Usyk, Alexander Usyk, and he can still lose. By the way, I'm really intending to hang him some loss on March 8th. So, like, yes, you can still be who you are, but still lose. Nobody is undefeated.
By the way, speaking of that date, why is it on a Friday? Do you have any idea?
I think because they have a close show on a Saturday, which is probably the Formula One, I think, okay. I believe, on Saturday. So that's why I make the fight on Friday, and we couldn't move it on Saturday. So that's why it's a little confusing, because even me at first, I'm like the 9th.
Right.
So then they keep saying the 8th for that reason, okay. Probably. But we're still going to find out.
Do you think if you win this fight, you will fight for the heavyweight title? Like, do you think you'll fight the winner of Fury Usyk? Even if they rematch, like, could you conceivably win this fight and then fight for the heavyweight championship?
I win this fight, I'm fighting Fury, period.
Whether or not he has the belt.
Whether or not he has the belt. The thing with the title, and this is a system that I don't want to fall into anymore, is like, okay, when you start a run, then you're going to make concession with maybe an organization or a title organization. You have to fit into something, and I would just want to be free and fight. I don't want to own anything to anybody or to respond to anybody, right? So I don't want that political stuff, like with the title and this. Obviously, if the title is on the line and no string attached, yes, of course, I'll grab it. It's good for the decoration.
I appreciate that. You're changing the way people are viewing boxing, which is huge. You are also now ranked. When you found out that the WBC was going to put you in their rankings, what was your reaction?
That was cool. I mean, again, that wasn't something that I was looking for. I want a great fight. I want to go out there, do what I can possibly do. You know, really like beat some boxer out. I think that's even greater than any of those.
And just a couple more questions, and I'll let you go. I appreciate the time as always. You always coming on is always very appreciative. To fight another fighter of African descent, does that mean anything? You know, he represents Nigeria as well. Does that mean anything to you? Does that make it more special to you?
You say what?
You know, Anthony Joshua is of African descent as well. His family is from Nigeria, and he is proud of his roots there. And I know there was some talk maybe of you guys fighting in Africa. I'm just wondering for you, does it mean anything more to fight another fighter of African descent?
Of course. I mean, you have to understand this. So basically, we both, even though we are fighting, we both are basically stepped on top of the game, right? Everybody is being taken care of. Everybody is showing case. One will be the winner, one will be the loser. But at the end of the day, we will be next to each other, up there, right? So at the end of the day, it's a great stuff for both of us. He could have been my brother. I would fight him because he's elevate us both. He's elevate the sport. He's elevate the continent. You know, it's not about fight. You're not fighting somebody because you don't hate him, because you don't like him, because you hate him. No, you fight him because it's a challenge. And fight always elevate both fighters, whether it's the winner or the loser, because both put a lot of work in to get there. And without a loser, there is not a winner. So we do that for each other. So of course, it's great. And I really put a respect on that. I really consider that. And again, Eddie Hearn said a lot of shit, but one thing that he said that makes sense is that potential rematch in Africa with Joshua. Yes, I think that sounds cool. We will call that black excellence.
I love it. Your coach Eric Nicksick spoke to MMA Junkie recently, and the clip went viral. He got emotional talking about what you paid him for the last fight. And again, not getting into specifics, but I'm just wondering. He said he had never received anything like this before. Could you tell us about that?
Guess what?
Yeah.
Me either. I never received anything like this. So why are you surprised?
No, but there's some fighters who don't pay as much, and you know the fight game. There's people who don't take care of the ones around them, and he seemed genuinely touched by what you did.
No, I know the fight game pretty well to know that there is a lot of people next to fighters that just want to take advantage on them and then want to play on their psychology and will be like, oh, they don't take care of me. Like, what have you done? What do you deserve? When a fighter feel like you deserve, period. Like, nobody will be like he deserve and then have to claim. The people that deserve never even have to claim. When somebody is claiming, in fact, something wrong, might not really deserve. And I have seen that a lot. People trying to take advantage on the fighter, and they want to make fighters look bad about that, which is wrong. So if somebody said that, tell him bullshit.
Okay, fair enough.
Or ask the fighter why. Because I truly don't believe that somebody like deserve something and work hard for you. You know the work that you're putting in, and the person's putting the same putting the effort in, and you see it, you respect it, and then you don't pay him. I don't see why.
Speaking of the fighters, it's one thing to do what you did with Fury, but now to do it twice, and who knows what happens later on this year as well. Do you think that this will officially be the beginning of fighters starting to realize that they shouldn't be tied up, that they should go out and take a chance and do things like you're doing? Not exactly like you're doing, but at least to now give the fighters more freedom. Do you think that this is now the official beginning of that?
The official beginning of that, I don't know. But I do think that every fighter should be aware of a situation. I mean, not every fighter want to be a boxer. Don't get me wrong. Not every fighter are going to have a Fury or a Joshua fight. Not every fighter even care of becoming a boxer. Some people are just happy to be a MMA fighter and then want to stay there. Some people are just happy in the league that they are into and don't want to go anywhere. But again, my point is just that everybody should be free to do what he wants. You know, I never claim for anybody like to do things as I'm doing, because we might not want the same thing, right? But my problem has always been the fact that I feel like force. I wanted to fulfill the contract that I have signed up for, and then I feel like I was stopping to do so in my right. So that was my problem. My problem is not like MMA or boxing or whatever. Some people just want to be a kickboxer. Some people want to be an MMA fighter. Some people want to be jiu-jitsu fighters. It's cool, as long as it's your decision.
Most importantly, last question, Francis. How do you win on March 8th?
How I win on March 8th? Doesn't matter. I think most likely knock him Anthony Joshua out. I think he's easier to go down than Fury. I mean, not like he's not a strong fighter. He's a very tough fighter, but it's easier to send down than Fury. And then it's harder for him to get back up than Fury.
Oh, my gosh. What a time to be alive, Francis. Congratulations on doing it again. Good luck in this training camp.
Thank you.
We can't wait for the press conference next week. We'll see you two face-to-face for the first time. What a sight. That's the battle of the bodybuilders, they say. Rumble in Riyadh. What a sight it's going to be, you and Anthony Joshua face-to-face. I can't wait for it. So thank you, as always, for the time. Enjoy your time out in France, and good luck in training, and hopefully we'll speak to you soon again.
Okay, thank you, Arias. Thank you to all the fans, for everyone listening, and see you guys.
See you soon. There he is, Francis Ngannou. March 8th, as he said, in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. What a time to be alive. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it very much. Hey, if you like this video, give us the old thumbs up. Subscribe as well. You could get many more of these videos on the channel, so please do that. We would love you forever if you did so.